Alright, so welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to just sit down and talk about some really good laptops that you guys should be looking at for your guys' next purchase. I know laptop season is just around the corner with everybody graduating and stuff like that. I know I am personally looking to buy a laptop for myself, so I just thought I would share a little bit of knowledge with you guys, just talking about some good deals. I'll put all the links to these laptops that we discuss about in this video down in the description if you guys want to go and check them out yourself. Also, if you guys need any help with finding out any sort of laptops, or maybe you're not a laptop person, you want to find some desktop gaming PCs, you guys can definitely just go and check out the Discord link down in the description. It takes you to our channel Discord, and we have this really cool ticket system that allows you to have a one-on-one conversation with one of our PC helpers. It's a really great system. We have helped a ton of people through that ticket system, and I just encourage anybody who has any questions or just any concerns about getting something new like a laptop to go and check out, ask all your questions there, and hopefully you can get a good recommendation and a solution to your problem if you have one. Alright, so the way that these videos are structured is I usually like to start them at the lower end. So this one's going to be around a $600 laptop, and we're going to kind of work our way up to around the $2,000 range, which I kind of think is kind of the cutoff for most people. I don't think you should spend more than $2,000 on a laptop, but yeah, that's kind of where we're going to end over there. And this first laptop we're going to be taking a look at on Newegg. And again, all of these laptops that we're going to be taking a look at are publicly available sites. They're not going to be like small little niche stores like Micro Center. They're going to be Best Buy, Amazon, and Newegg. And again, when it comes to availability of these particular products that we talk about here, some of them aren't going to be in stock depending on what region you're in, or just depending on what kind of stores you have around you. So make sure to check that out first before you try to go through and commit to buying anything, because it might not be in stock. All right, now with all of that out of the way, let's talk about the first laptop here. So this is the Asus Vivobook 15.6-inch laptop. So this is one that I recommend to a lot of people if you're just kind of looking for some light gaming. And the main reason for that is because it's got a AMD Radeon. I don't exactly know the part number. They didn't really give me one. It could be a couple of different ones, but I know it's a 4-core, 8-thread CPU, but it does have the Vega 8 graphics, which is kind of the main reason why I am recommending this particular laptop. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, AMD has some pretty cool CPUs, and they have some really great integrated graphics on them. They're pretty much able to play most esports games at lower settings, and so if you're looking to play things like Minecraft, Roblox, CSGO, League of Legends, all of those games will be able to run on this particular system. Maybe not extremely well, but especially if you're on a budget, I think that this is a pretty great laptop. It also has a ton of ports. You're getting a micro SD slot reader, a headphone jack, USB Type-C, HDMI, USB Type-A, and you got your barrel plug over there, and then you got a, let's see, fine over here, and then you got two USB-A's, and then you just got your LED indicators. So in terms of I/O, it's pretty packed. Especially if you're just a college student who's on a budget and you want to kind of just do some photo editing and just be able to kind of go on the internet and stuff like that. The build quality on these things is just absolutely fantastic. I've got family members who have these particular laptops, and I just absolutely love them. So if you get any variant of these particular laptops, I think that you're going to have a great time with it. This one I think is a great deal, just considering the market right now at $600. So if you are just looking to get into entry-level gaming on these pretty easy to run games, again like Minecraft, Roblox, CSGO, and League of Legends, you're gonna be able to play those. If you're looking at something a bit more demanding, something like maybe like Fortnite or Warzone and stuff like that, you're probably gonna need to step up a little bit in terms of overall horsepower from your laptop. And so that brings us to our next one. So this one's gonna be on Best Buy, and this is gonna be the Acer Nitro 5. And this is one that I have had a lot of friends purchase as well. Maybe not this exact model, but I have seen a lot of Acer Nitros in my time. And they are all plastic. If that's something that kind of turns you off about it, I get it. These are supposed to be kind of the budget brand of laptops, and the Acer Nitros, this particular one that we're taking a look at, actually has some pretty good specs for the overall price. So this is a $700, so $720 laptop that you can get, and in terms of I/O, it's not too great. As you guys can kind of see here on the side here, you've got two USB Type-A, and then you got a LAN port, and it looks like a headphone jack, and then over here you've got a USB Type-C, USB Type A, and HDMI. So in terms of I/O ports, it's not a lot, but I think it's good enough for most people. And in terms of build quality, I really haven't had any problems with this thing. It does get hot, but that's just kind of how all laptops are, and the trackpad is fairly small. But you're going to be having to make compromises when you're going for this low of a gaming laptop. Now, the only thing I really don't like about this system is just the low amount of memory, so you only have 8 gigs, but again, it is upgradable if you want to open it on up. And check it out. We can take a look at the specifications here. This particular CPU, so this is the AMD Ryzen 5 4600H. This is a 6-core 12-thread CPU. Which I think is just an overall great CPU. It's a lot better than some of the Intel i5s that are offered in this price range, which are going to be 4-core CPUs. This was going to be able to play things like Warzone and stuff like that, most Call of Duties and everything like that, because those things do use a lot of your CPU's horsepower. So I think that this particular system should be great for most people looking to kind of get into that 1080p range of games. We'll be able to play whatever you want. The GTX 1650 in this system should be pretty comparable, again, for most games. And I really do think that this is going to be one of the better buys for a lot of people who are just kind of looking into getting into gaming at this low price range. Now here's the next one. This one isn't out yet. This is going to be released here in a little bit, but I am going to share the link here. It should be active when it does release. But this is the HP Victus 16.1 inch laptop. So this is pretty much just a 16-inch laptop. It's fairly large, but the main reason I picked this one out is even though it does have less cores, so this is a Core i5, so this is an Intel CPU. It has only 4 cores, 8 threads. It's not too great compared to what we had here on the Acer Nitro, but the GPU on this thing should be a lot better than the 1650. The RTX 3050 is again a brand new GPU. It's going to support ray tracing, all your DLSS and stuff like that. It's also going to be able to play most of your games at 1080p at pretty high settings and as well pretty high frame rates. Now, the other thing I really do like about this laptop is just the overall I/O. It's pretty similar to that of the Asus Vivobook, but what we have here is you got 2 USB Type A's on this side, and then you're getting a RJ45 connector for your LAN port. You're getting an HDMI, USB Type A, USB Type C. I think that says Thunderbolt. I would assume it is since it is rocking an Intel CPU. But I'm pretty sure that is going to be Thunderbolt. Got a headphone jack and a full-size SD card reader. And again, this one is still lacking a bit when it comes to memory. That's just usually how it's going to be. I'm sure you should be able to upgrade these. I doubt HP is going to put together a system that's going to be completely soldered memory, especially at this price range. But that's kind of something that I would probably invest a little bit of money into when you purchase one of these particular laptops, is just to buy an extra stick of RAM to kind of upgrade these systems, because 8 gigs of RAM is definitely not enough for most modern games and to run applications in the background. So yeah, I would definitely recommend upgrading any sort of RAM in any of your systems up to 16 gigs if you can. Now, this next computer is probably going to be my favorite out of the bunch just because it's on sale right now. So this is the Razer Blade 15. This is the base model as well, but it's on sale for $1,400, which is an absolute steal considering that this thing is just an all-around quality laptop. Now, for those of you guys who are looking for a kind of thin and light, ultra portable, but nice kind of looking, it's pretty much got that Mac aesthetic to it. It's got the clean cut, and it's a unibody chassis, so it's all cut from the same piece of aluminum. I mean, basically the thing about these Razer laptops is that they just look really nice. They're all kind of quality. It's all metal. The track pads are absolutely amazing. They're so big, along with the keyboard. The keyboard's fantastic, and then you also got a super nice screen as well. It's a 1080p display, but it's also at 144 hertz, so when you're playing games and stuff like that, it's going to be amazing. Now, it's not just that good because of its overall build quality and the screen specifications and like kind of the usability of it. The main reason why I really like this is just because of the specs in it. So we've got an i7-10750H, which is a 6-core 12-thread CPU. It's a great CPU for gaming, great CPU for content creation, and then you also got an RTX 2060 in it. Now, this GPU is a last-gen GPU, so it might not have all the cool new performance features that a 30 series laptop may have, but again, it's still going to perform extremely extremely well compared to what else is out there, especially within this price range. And it's also going to have all of those DLSS features that you're going to want, and it's going to have that NVIDIA encoder for those of you guys who want to do some video editing and some recording. Now, the other thing I really like about this laptop is just the entire port selection that you get here. So you get two USB Type-C Thunderbolt 3 connectors. So you've got one on the left and one on the right side. And both of these connectors can display out another display, or you can plug in an eGPU if you want some more horsepower for your laptop. You also have three USB Type-A ports. You have an HDMI port and an RJ45 connector if you want to plug it in to a network and get higher speed internet. And then you also get Razer's proprietary charging port. So in general, I think that this is probably one of the better buys on this. I know this isn't probably going to be a sale that lasts forever. So for those of you guys who are watching this video, make sure that if you are looking for something like this in terms of this kind of performance range, I would definitely go out and grab this thing, because just as of right now, the pricing on it is great. The build quality is absolutely fantastic, and the port selection is just top notch compared to most other laptops out there. Now, this next one, we're going to be taking our way over to Best Buy, and this one I'm actually heavily considering to purchase for myself. And this is going to be the Asus ROG Zephyrus 14. So in terms of form factor, this thing is absolutely tiny. 14 inches is pretty small for most laptops. And in terms of the actual power that you have in it, it's absolutely insane. So you're getting an AMD Ryzen 9, I think it is the 5900HS. Yeah, so you got the Ryzen 9 5900HS. This is a 8-core 16-thread CPU, so it's going to be able to blaze through whatever kind of workloads you're going to have for it, whether that be video editing, photo editing, any sort of CAD software and stuff like that. Anything that is CPU intensive, this thing is going to absolutely blaze through. And in the graphics department, you get an RTX 3060, not necessarily top of the line, but still an amazing graphics processor for the 1080p 144Hz screen on this machine. Now, when it comes to I/O, this is the only thing I necessarily didn't really like about this particular laptop, is its kind of lack of I/O. You get one HDMI port, you get one USB Type-C, and then you get two USB Type-A's and another USB Type-C on the other side. Now, the main reason I didn't like the I/O configuration for this particular laptop is just because it does not have a micro SD slot or just an SD card reader on there. For most of my GoPro footage and stuff like that, I have to use an SD card, and I cannot seem to get that on any of these laptops. Just the Asus ones, I guess this particular model doesn't have it, but in terms of the overall specs, I would definitely pull the trigger on this thing for $1,500. The build quality on these things is absolutely amazing. The top cover is going to be all metal, and it's going to have this kind of holographic effect on the back of it. So depending on where you're looking at it and the way the light is reflecting off of it, you're going to see different colors. It's kind of a rainbow underneath there. And in terms of storage, you're getting a 1TB SSD, more than enough for most people. You get 16 gigs of memory, which is really nice. But the one thing I don't like about Asus laptops is a lot of times they solder on 8 gigs of that memory. So basically what happens is you can upgrade it in terms of overall capacity, but the other 8 gigs on there is just soldered onto the board. And when you have kind of a mismatch of memory, you're not going to be able to run in dual channel, which is kind of a big performance hit to AMD CPUs. They really need dual channel memory support in order to run at their very highest possible performance level. But again, I think that's kind of a minor downside to just the immense value that you're getting from this overall laptop and its particular price point. Now, this is going to be the very last laptop we're going to be taking a look at, and this is again another Asus ROG Zephyrus, but this is going to be a 15.6 inch. So this one's going to be a fair bit larger than the 14 inch. It's again an inch and a half wider. It's not necessarily any thicker. I think it's about 0.76 inches deep. So this kind of area right here is about a little bit around an inch, right? It's a little bit less than an inch right there. But the main reason, this is another one that I was really looking at, but this is a bit expensive for me. This is around $1,850. So most places are going to sell around $2,000 if you can get it. And I think this is probably going to be the last tier of laptop that I would recommend for people, because past this, you're kind of getting diminishing returns when it comes to your laptop's performance and the amount of money that you're spending. All right, so it's pretty much similar to this, except you are getting a much better screen. You're getting a 1440p screen at 165 Hz, which is a great screen overall. I don't think that there are many laptops in this particular price range that are going to offer you that nice of a screen. As well, you're getting that same CPU. You're getting an AMD Ryzen 9 5900HS. Still going to blaze through any workloads you're going to need to get through. Get that same 16 gigs of memory. This one I'm a little bit more disappointed on because I know for sure this thing is not upgradable. I know there are pictures of it. So when we look at the inside here, there's only that one SODIMM slot right here that I'm putting my mouse around. So when you do upgrade that, it's not going to run dual channel. That's kind of what I was talking about with that last one. It's a bit of a bummer, but it's just kind of something that laptop manufacturers are doing now. I don't know why. I'm sure it's reducing costs, but it's really hurting our ability to make sure that our things perform well on into the future. Now you're also getting a pretty solid GPU upgrade. You're getting a 3070 instead of a 3060, but you also have the same amount of storage. Now the main reason why I really like this one is, well, first off, because it comes in black. I'm more of a fan of black laptops than a white laptop. I always kind of worry about how it looks, if it's going to get smudges and stuff all over it, and if it's going to get dirty. White is a lot easier to get dirty, and it shows up a lot more on white laptops, whereas black is a little bit easier to kind of blend in. But the main reason I really like this laptop was just because of the I/O. So you're getting your barrel charging port just like on the last one, and you're also getting an HDMI and an RJ45 jack. And then you also get a USB type A. But this is the two things that I was really excited about. So these are the two USB type C slots right here, and these both can support a display out. So you can hook up technically 3 monitors to this laptop. You can put 2 monitors out from these 2 USB type C ports and a monitor out from this HDMI port, which basically makes this a desktop replacement. It also supports 80-watt USB-C charging through these USB-C connectors, which is great in terms of mobility because sometimes you don't want to lug around that huge power adapter. I think it's a 200-watt power adapter, so it's pretty beefy. So sometimes when you're just taking around to classes and stuff like that, you don't want to carry around that big thing, so you just go and want to throw in the USB-C charger into the wall and just plug it in and let it kind of sip power for a little bit. Now on the other side, it has exactly what I wanted. It has the micro SD card slot and then another USB type A. And that's kind of the main reason I'm really looking at this. Honestly, if they had one of these in stock with this kind of same spec wise, I would probably go with this. The really only thing I care about is just the chassis and the I/O of the laptop. I really could care less about if the GPU is a 3070 or not, or if the screen's 1440p. Don't really care too much about that. I really just want to be able to have the expansion that I want in my laptop. But both of these laptops are extremely good for whatever work case you want. I honestly think that the Asus ROG Zephyrus are 2 of the best laptops out there, and especially for their pricing, I think that this is not overpriced whatsoever if you can get your hands on one. Neither is this one. I think that they're pretty much some of the best priced laptops you can get out there on the market. Now that's about all I have to say today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like down below. It really helps me out as a content creator. And if you guys want to watch more, see some more tips and tricks, I get a bunch more laptop content coming. When I get one, I'm going to be doing the unboxing, the review. I also have some cool PC stuff with an old Dell XPS that I'm going to be taking a look at. So if you guys want to see that content, check out my live streams on Friday nights where I talk to you guys. If you guys want to see all that content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out as well. Anyways, that's all I got to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.